Hello everyone, my name is Shyam Manawat and I welcome all of you once again to the series of mixtures and alligation. We are in lecture number 3. In previous 2 lectures we have discussed, what we have discussed, you can go through that. In today's lecture, that's third lecture, we will focus on a new type of question where you have a solution and you remove some portion of that and replace with the other solution. Then what will be the change? So let's see this type of question, and in this type also I have divided into some parts, so please don't skip this video and watch completely to understand mixture alligation, removal and replacement type of question very well. Okay, so we have a situation here. The situation is, let's assume initially there is X liters of pure milk. Okay, now that's into the container. A liters of milk replaced with water. Okay, A liters of milk replaced with water means what? You have X liters of total milk, you remove A liter of milk and replace that with water. That means you're going to add A liters of water. Okay, so in this situation, okay, you got X liters of pure milk, the replacement quantity is A liters, and you are repeating this process n times. Then the milk left in the content divided by total volume, which is again will be X itself, right? Because if you are replacing the same quantity, the total volume will not change. So the milk left in the container divided by total quantity, total volume, container divided by total volume, this will be equal to X minus A divided by X to the power n. The milk left into the container divided by total volume is equal to X minus A divided by X to the power n. I hope you are clear with what is X, what is A and what is n. X is the total volume which was there earlier. A is the replacement quantity and n is the number of times you are applying this process, right? Number of times you are repeating this process. Okay, so that will get you the milk left in the container. Now it is not necessary that you will be able to apply only in case of milk. It could be anything else. Okay, milk is one example. Water, you are adulterating milk with water, so water is another example. It could be something else also. All right, so milk left in the container. So this milk actually represents the initially what was there in the container. Initially what was the pure form available in the container. Okay, and total volume and so and so. So let's apply this into the questions and see how it works. I hope this is clear. This is very important in this particular formula. Milk is presenting the original pure content in the container. What was there? The original content in the container. Originally what was there in the container? Initially what was there in the container, right? So milk is representing that specific liquid, solution, or whatever you want to call it. Yeah. So this is the formula. Let's apply this formula in questions and see how it works. I have taken simple example because this is concept builder video. So question number 1, a container having 200 liters of pure milk. 10 liters of milk is taken out and replaced with water. If this process is repeated for 5 times, how much is milk left in the container now? How much is milk left in the container now? Now think this. There was 200 liters of pure milk. So if you compare this with the formula, what was the formula? X minus A upon X to the power n. So what is this 200? This 200 is X, initial value. This 10 is the replacement quantity. So what is this X? X is A. And this process is repeating n times. So what is this process is repeating 5 times as per the question. So what is 5 here as per the formula? N. So if you look at this, you will get the milk left now divided by total volume after 5 attempts should be equal to 200 minus 10 divided by 200 to the power n, which is 5. Simplify. Now it's all calculation, right? The main point is understand how to apply and when to apply this formula. Simplify this. So what you have here, 190 divided by 200, and that your power 5. Simplify this. 19 by 5. Okay, what do you need to calculate? The amount of milk left. So let's say amount of milk left is let's say milk itself. Let's write it milk itself. Total volume as per the question is 200. Okay, now if you want to find out the milk left, you need to simplify 19 to the power 5. 19 to the power 5, which is nothing but 19 multiplied by 19 multiplied by 19. Yeah. Okay, and then this 200 is cross multiplied to the other side. So 200, okay, this value and this value is divided by what? 20 to the power 5. Okay, so 20 into 20 into 20 into 20 into 20, 5 times. Okay, yeah, I hope this is clear. Yeah, so this is going to get you 154.7562. So milk left now is 154.7562 liters. If you take up to 2 decimals, this is what you get. Okay, yeah, so calculation I will explain. We can have other class to do the calculation faster. Like this is how do you calculate 19 square and then you multiply by 19 and then you have these two equal number and then multiply again. So I will take a different lecture for easy calculation, how to simplify this multiplication and division. Okay, but otherwise this lecture, as I said, we will be focusing on the formula or the concept when you have certain content and you are removing a part of it and replacing with the other solution. Okay, I hope this is clear. Yeah, fine. Okay, now let's look at the next question. Let's look at the next question. Let's try again. Let's try this again. Another question. So here we got question number 2, which says a tank has 200 liters of petrol. 20 liters of petrol is replaced with ethanol. So as I said, that formula does not only belong to milk. Okay, so you can apply in some other liquid also. So here you have 200 liters of pure petrol. You got petrol here, which is adulterated with ethanol. Okay, if you want the percentage of 72.5% of petrol, then how many times this process should be repeated? That's the question. So let's see how it works. Now again, here you want petrol left after how many operations? We don't know that. That's what we need to find out. So we need to find out the value of n, right? Initially 200, so this is x. The replacement quantity is 20 liters petrol replaced with ethanol, so this is A. How many number of times it has been repeated? We don't know. That's what we need to find out. Okay, so petrol left after n number of operations, let's assume n, divided by total volume. This should be equal to x minus A divided by x to the power n. We need to find out n. Yeah, now if you simplify this, what you get here? This is 180 by 200 to the power n. So this is ratio, all right. This is the ratio of petrol by total volume. The formula will give you the ratio of milk left in the container by total volume. Ratio, not the actual number. Ratio of the total milk left in the container by total volume. That's the ratio. Now here if you see in question it says the petrol percentage should be 72.9%. That means basically petrol by total should be 72.9 by 100 if you remove the percentage sign, right? So can't we say that petrol by total what we want is 72.9 by 100? Yes, we can. Yeah. So by percentage is what? The value divided by total into 100, that is percentage, right? So if I remove percentage sign, it should be the value divided by total. Again, I am giving reference of percentage. I am not going to the details of percentage, otherwise this lecture will be too long. Yeah, you can go through the percentage lecture and understand what I am talking about. Yeah, so please watch this all series step by step, because I keep on giving the reference of the previous lecture. Okay, fine. Petrol by total. So petrol here, petrol by total ratio is what? 72.9 by 100. This is what we want. Now if you simplify this, this is 9 by 10. Now this is 9 by 10 to the power n is 72. Now if I remove this decimal, I got 0 here. So you can understand this is 1000. 1000 is what? 10 cube. And if you have watched all my video, you must be aware about 729 is cube of which number? Because I told you initially in the percentage lecture itself that if you want to speed up your maths, then learn tables till 20, cubes till 10 and squares till 25. Cubes till 10. This is 9 cube. This is 9 cube. Yeah. So it's 9 by 10 whole cube, that is equal to 9 by 10 to the power n. Tell me what is the value of n? What is the value of n? That is nothing but 3. So how many number of times you need to repeat this? Repeat this process. You need to repeat 3 times to get 72.9% of the petrol concentration. Yes. So I hope this is clear to you. Let's move to the next question. Okay. Wow. Okay. All right. I got a new case for you. In the previous 2 questions, we have seen that the amount of replacement, the quantity of replacement is same. A. What if the quantity of replacement is changing? I have taken 3 times here, 3 repetitions here. It may be 2 or 4 or 5 or n number of repetitions. So you need to understand the concept. So every time we were replacing A out of X, because when you replace, the total quantity again become X, right? Initially, if you have X liters and you are replacing A, that means you are removing N, adding A again. Yeah, so replacement quantity is A. Replacement means what? When you remove and add it again and divide by X. That's the ratio of the initial content left now divided by total. Yeah, suppose if it is milk, so suppose X liters milk earlier. Yeah, suppose if you have 200 liters milk earlier, you remove 20 liters and replace with water, adulterate. Total quantity will still remain 200. So now milk is how much? Milk is 180 liters milk left in the container by 200, right? Now if you keep repeating this, yeah. So next time what you're doing, next time again you're repeating. So again we multiply with the same ratio, X by A divided by X. If you repeat again same replacement of A liters, again you multiply by X minus A by X. So and if you do it n times, so that this we can sum up, we can write in a simple small expression as X minus A by X. that is multiplying itself n times, so this is power n. That's how we get the formula. But if every time the quantity of replacement is different, then what do you do? If first time you replace A, second time you replace B, and third time you replace C, so no worries, you change every time a different replacement quantity and multiply, you get the answer. Yeah, I hope you are able to link this with this previous discussion, right? Okay, so that is what I'm trying to explain here. You can pause the video, read this, and understand the formula. It's no formula, I mean, it's common sense. If you're changing the replacement quantity every time, you can't just say x minus a by x to the power n. You can't just keep multiplying by x minus a by x. First time it is a, second time it is b, third time it is c, and so on. Yeah, I have written it for 3 times. It could be 2 times, it could be 4 times or more. Let's apply this into the question. The question here is a tank contained 200 liters of water. Initially there is water. So this expression, this multiplication will always get you the ratio of what was there initially divided by the total volume, which will still remain same because you are replacing the quantity. 200 liters of water, 10 liters replaced with milk. Okay, so you're removing water and replacing with 10 liters of milk. So first time it should be 200 and you're removing 10 and you're adding 10, so you got new mixture having water by total ratio as 200 minus 10 by 200. Is that clear? Now second time if you do it with different quantity, then again, now you are not removing water. Understand, you are not removing water, you are removing mixture. Yeah, so what is the question? 20 liters of mixture is replaced with milk in the second attempt, 30 liters of mixture is replaced with milk in the third attempt. What is the milk concentration in mixture now? So see, first time I said 10 liters of water replaced, but the second time I said 20 liters of mixture replaced. You getting it? 20 liters of mixture replaced, because now you have mixture of milk and water there. Yeah, it will not make any difference. You will still have 200 liters total. Okay, so this ratio again adulterated. So now this ratio is multiplied by the new ratio, which is 200 minus 20 by 200. Okay, third time it is 30 liters. So 200 mixture, the total mixture was 200, adulterated with 30 liters. Okay, no problem, multiply. Okay, now if you simplify this, you get the answer. So question said, what is the milk concentration there? Now by doing so, yes, important thing, important learning, don't skip, important learning. You are getting ratio of water by total, and question said milk concentration. So let's see how do we deal with that. Now simplify this. This is what? 190 by 200. Next is 180 by 200. Next is 170 by 200. Okay. Calculation, I leave it with you. This is 9 by 10. Okay, no further cancellation is happening. So the water by total, how much is water by total? So water is how much? Water is how much here? Water is, the numerator is 19 into 9 into 17, that will get you 2907. And here 20 into 10 into 20 is going to get you 4000. Okay, this is water by total ratio. Actual total quantity is still 200 liters, but this is ratio. Now question said you find the milk concentration. Now to find the milk concentration, what you need to do, you should have The milk concentration can be defined as milk by total, milk in the mixture by total into 100, right? Now total, if the ratio if the total is 4000 and water is 2907, that means now the milk should be out of 4000, the milk should be 4000 minus 2907. If you remove milk from this 4000, what you get here? Water. So water is how much? 1093 by total what? 4000. If you simplify by multiplying 100, then you get the answer. Okay, so this is nothing but 1093 divided by 40 will get you 27.32. So the milk concentration is 27.325%. Keep this in mind. Yeah. So understand, when you apply this formula, you get the ratio of what was initially by total. So don't always tick mark that as the answer, because you might have some answer which is water concentration. One of the options which is showing water concentration in exam. Yeah. So read the question. Question is what? Find the milk concentration. By doing so, you get the water concentration. That means water by total. Then you can do the calculation and get milk by total, because the rest of them is milk. If water is 2907 out of 4000, then rest of them is milk. Rest of that is milk. Alright, so that's how you get the milk concentration. Okay, so I hope you are following. I hope you are learning, following. Look at this question. So in this question we have been given that there is a large container holding 40 liters of sugar syrup, 40 liters of sugar syrup, where the sugar concentration is 30%. Sugar concentration kitna hai? 30%. You want to reduce the sweetness of syrup to sugar concentration we want to reduce as per the question. To achieve this, you decided to remove 5 liters of the solution and replace it with pure water. So replace it with pure water. We have seen this in the previous questions as well. आपको replace करना है तो हम लोग क्या करते हैं? X minus y upon x, right? Where x is the initial something which we want to keep in mind. Okay. So 5 liters is of the syrup is being replaced with the pure water. If you repeat this process 3 times, what percent of the sugar remain in the final solution? So आपको repeat कितनी बार करना है? 3 times. Now, first of all, we will find out that what is the amount of sugar in the syrup initially. So initially कैसा है? अगर आप देखोगे 30%, तो 30% concentration, 30% of 40. मैं आपको ये सॉल्व करके बता रहा हूँ, बट ये आप स्टेप स्किप कर सकते हो, पहले ध्यान से समझना. तो 30%, if you look at 30% of the sugar syrup in the 40 liters of entire syrup, the sugar you have is what? 30% of 40, which is nothing but 12. Okay, so initially what's happening, that you got sugar which is 12 out of 40. Keep this in mind. This is initial. Now this fraction of this sugar is there in the syrup. यहाँ तक कुछ क्वेश्चन कंफ्यूजन है तो बताओ. वैसे होना नहीं चाहिए. देखो इजी है, मैं फिर से बोलता हूँ. हम क्या कर रहे हैं, पहले हम समझ रहे हैं कि शुगर है कितना इनिशियली. तो हमें कितना है वो, as per the question, that is 30% in 40 liters. So 30% of 40 is equal to what? 12. So sugar you have 12 out of 40. Initial fraction ये है. Correct? Now if you remember the formula which we have, this is initially if it is x, and if you replace it y and divide by x, and if you do it n times, this will get you fraction of what? Initially आपने जो लिया है वो initial content divide by total. ये आपको रेशो मिलता है. इस फॉर्मूले को अच्छे से समझना. इसमें फॉर्मूले में आप कंफ्यूजन मत होना. ओके, फॉर्मूले के कोर को समझना. देखो क्या हो रहा है, इनिशियली अगर आप शुगर से स्टार्ट करते हो तो ये क्या बोल रहा है कि शुगर कितना है आउट ऑफ टोटल आफ्टर अप्लाइंग n नंबर ऑफ रिप्लेसमेंट्स. ठीक है, फॉर्मूले को अच्छे से समझना. यू कैन पॉज दिस वीडियो, लुक एट दिस फॉर्मूला वंस अगेन. Clear है फॉर्मूला? Now look at this. So अब इस फ्रैक्शन में और क्या चेंजेस हो रहे हैं? सो देन दिस फ्रैक्शन इज चेंजिंग विथ the new condition where 5 liters of syrup is replaced with the water. तो हो क्या रहा है, कितना रिडक्शन होगा बाद में? रिडक्शन कितना होगा? पहले 30% था, आप डाइल्यूट करते जा रहे हो. कैसे डाइल्यूट कर रहे हो? जो 40 लीटर्स टोटल है उसमें से आप 5 लीटर्स रिप्लेस कर रहे हो आउट ऑफ 40. ठीक है, ये आप करते जा रहे हो. अब यहाँ पे बहुत से स्टूडेंट्स कंफ्यूज हो जाते हैं कि सर ये 40 लीटर्स तो टोटल शुगर सिरप है, राइट? टोटल सिरप है ना, तो आप यहाँ पे 40 क्यों ले रहे हो? ये कन्फ्यूजन होता है. इस कन्फ्यूजन को आप दूर करो. ये समझो ये फ्रैक्शन की बात हो रही है. ये कितना फ्रैक्शन अब बचा हुआ है उस सिरप का, ओरिजिनल सिरप का कितना फ्रैक्शन बचा हुआ है. सो दैट इज 40 माइनस 5 ऑन व्हाट? टोटल ऑफ 40, राइट? पॉज. अरे कितना डिस्टर्ब करते रहे लोग. ओके, सो अगर आप ये इसको सिंप्लीफाई करोगे, सो यू विल गेट हाउ मच शुगर इज लेफ्ट आउट ऑफ टोटल. हाउ मच शुगर इज लेफ्ट आउट ऑफ टोटल. दिस इज व्हाट यू विल गेट. ऑलराइट, ओके, ठीक है. तो इसको सिंप्लीफाई करते हैं. अच्छा, ये अपना आंसर आएगा क्या? डायरेक्ट आंसर नहीं आएगा. क्वेश्चन सेट फाइंड दी परसेंटेज ऑफ शुगर रिमेनिंग इन द फाइनल सोल्यूशन. आपको ये बात समझ में आ रही है क्या? देखो मैं फिर से इसको एक्सपांड करके बताता हूँ, समझो इस बात को. तो शुगर वॉज 12 आउट ऑफ 40. नाउ दिस अगेन got multiply with a new fraction where the original syrup remains only 35 liters, 40 minus 5, and then replaced with water, so total again become 40. okay, now ये आपका वन टाइम ऑपरेशन के बाद हुआ. सेकेंड टाइम ऑपरेशन के बाद अब जो नया हमें फ्रैक्शन मिला शुगर बाय टोटल का, दैट इज अगेन चेंजिंग विथ व्हाट फ्रैक्शन? 40 में से 5 फिर से निकाला, सो 35 लीटर्स ऑफ दिस सिरप जो फर्स्ट ऑपरेशन के बाद बचा आउट ऑफ 40, बिकॉज अगेन 5 लीटर्स ऑफ वाटर हैज़ बीन एडेड. ठीक है, बात समझ में आ रही है? आप इसको ऐसे देखो यार कि आपके पास एक शुगर सिरप है जिसमें 50% शुगर है, और आप बार बार क्या कर रहे हो, उसमें से हाफ निकाल के और हाफ वाटर ऐड कर रहे हो, हाफ निकाल के हाफ वाटर ऐड कर रहे हो. तो ये हर बार विथ एवरी ऑपरेशन जो शुगर कॉन्सेंट्रेशन होगा वो आधा होता जाएगा, प्रीवियस का आधा हो जाएगा, प्रीवियस का हाफ टाइम होता जाएगा. क्लियर है ना? फिर से बोलिए इस बात को. इनिशियली अगर आपके पास एक शुगर सिरप है जिसमें हाफ इज द शुगर कॉन्सेंट्रेशन, 50% शुगर कॉन्सेंट्रेशन है, उस सिरप का हाफ पार्ट रिप्लेस हो रहा है हर बार प्योर वाटर के साथ. एवरी टाइम यू आर रिप्लेसिंग हाफ ऑफ दैट शुगर सिरप विथ प्योर वाटर. इन दैट केस what will happen? The concentration of the sugar syrup will keep being what? 50% of the previous concentration, half of the previous concentration, half of हमने बॉड मास रूल पढ़ा है ना? बॉड मास रूल पढ़ा है. O stands for off. Off का मीनिंग ही मल्टीप्लीकेशन होता है, सो यू कीप मल्टीप्लाइंग दैट. क्लियर है? क्लियर है? क्लियर होना चाहिए यार, देखो क्लियर होना चाहिए, इंपॉर्टेंट है. दिस वॉज एग्जाम्पल, लेट मी गेट इट ऑफ दिस. इसी पे चलते हैं वापस में. हाँ, तो क्या हो रहा है? ये 3 टाइम्स होगा, 1 2 एंड दिस इज 3, राइट? अभी आप क्या करोगे? सिंप्लीफाई करोगे. सिंप्लीफिकेशन, आई नो ऑल ऑफ यू आर स्मार्ट इन doing the calculation करो. this is 35 by 40, this is 35 by 40. now this is all about the calculation. calculate करो यार, calculate करो. pause this video and do the calculation by yourself. इसमें बहुत difficult calculation है नहीं. this become what? 3 by 10. this become what? 5 7s are 5 8s are. this is again 7 by 8 and this is also 7 by 8. ठीक है, यहाँ तक मल्टीप्लाई करो. 7 क्यूब कितना हो जाता है? 343. मल्टीप्लाई बाय 3, क्या बचा हमारे पास? 8 विद दिस. ओके, 10 8 8 8. नाउ ये आपका जो फ्रैक्शन है, दिस विल रिप्रेजेंट व्हाट? दिस विल रिप्रेजेंट हाउ मच इज शुगर लेफ्ट आउट ऑफ total. How much sugar left out of total. Now if you want to get the percentage out of it, percentage, to convert this fraction into percentage, what do we do? बताओ यार, ये तो भी इतने क्लासेस आपने किए हैं, मैं पूरा कॉन्फिडेंट हूँ आप लोगों को लेके। आई एम श्योर आपको ये समझ में आ रहा होगा कि यू जस्ट नीड टू मल्टीप्लाई बाय 100 टू कन्वर्ट दैट फ्रैक्शन इनटू परसेंटेज। तो ये जो एज इट इज़ है, अगर आप इसको मल्टीप्लाई बाय 100 करोगे सो यू गेट इनटू परसेंटेज। वेल फर्दर डिवाइड करेंगे इसको, 0 0 कैंसिल करते हैं। अब यहाँ पे अगर मल्टीप्लाई करें और 8 को 3 टाइम्स मल्टीप्लाई करेंगे, देखो 8 इज़ व्हाट 2 क्यूब, 2 क्यूब का क्यूब मतलब 2 रेज़ टू व्हाट 9, 2 रेज़ टू 9 कितना होगा 5 1 2, राइट। यहाँ पे कितना हो जाएगा, और आपको चाहिए तो मल्टीप्लाई भी कर लो, 8 8 64, 64 अगेन मल्टीप्लाई बाय 8, यू विल गेट 5 1 2। न्यूमरेटर कैसा दिख रहा है, यू हैव इसको ये देखो 9 एंड देन दिस इज 12 2 एंड दिस इज 1, सो यू गेट, ध्यान से देखो यार दोस्तों, ध्यान से देखो इस बात को, सॉरी 1 0 चला गया यहाँ पे, ध्यान से देखना इस बात को। क्या ये अप्रॉक्सीमेटली आपको 2 टाइम्स नहीं लग रहा है क्या? देखो 5 1 2 का 2 टाइम्स इज 1024, यहाँ पे कितना है 1029, तो ये 2 टाइम्स से थोड़ा ज़्यादा होगा। मतलब अगर आप इसको मल्टीप्लाई बाय ये 10 करोगे, यहाँ पे एक 0 और डाल दोगे, तो 2 की जगह 20 टाइम्स से थोड़ा ज़्यादा होगा। तो ये अप्रॉक्सीमेट वैल्यू है ना, अप्रॉक्सीमेट वैल्यू इसका आना चाहिए 20%। अप्रॉक्सीमेट बता रहा हूँ, एग्जैक्ट लेने जाओगे तो मेरे हिसाब से 20.1 के आसपास होना चाहिए। ओके चेक, आपको ये समझ में आया मैंने कैसे इसको फ्रैक्शन को कैंसिल किया? डिड यू अंडरस्टैंड हाउ डिड आई सिंप्लीफाई दिस कैलकुलेशन? 5 1 2 का डबल। अब ये मुझे इतना याद क्यों है? बिकॉज आई टोल्ड यू टू मेक योर कैलकुलेशन फास्टर यू नीड टू remember the values of 2 raised to 1 till 2 raised to 10. 2 raised to 9 is 5 1 2, 2 raised to 10 is 2 raised to 9 is 5 1 2, 2 raised to 10 is 1024, right? So ये 1029 उसके डबल से थोड़ा ज़्यादा, कितना ज़्यादा 5 ज़्यादा, 5 मतलब ये आपका 5 1 2 को 100% लोगे तो ये आपका 1, बट यहाँ पे अगर 10 को आप यहाँ पे रख दोगे तो और थोड़ा कम हो जाएगा। तो दिस विल बी अप्रॉक्सीमेटली 0.1 के आसपास आपको आना चाहिए। तो एक बार आप इसको ट्राई करके देखो कैसा होता है। ओके या सो इफ़ यू हैव ऑप्शंस विच आर क्लोज टू 20 देन यू हैव टू लिटरली गो विथ 1 digit 2 digit आफ्टर द डेसिमल, और इफ़ यू हैव ऑप्शंस लाइक यहाँ पे आपको ऑप्शन ऐसे दे रखे हैं 20%, 30%, 40%, ओके 25%, देन यू कैन ईजिली मार्क 20%। सो ऑप्शंस को भी ध्यान से देखना। एक चीज़ और ध्यान से देखना दैट इफ इट इज़ टीटा क्वेश्चन, टीटा मतलब टेक्स्ट एंट्री टाइप्स ऑफ क्वेश्चन वेयर यू डोंट हैव ऑप्शन, देन ऑल्सो यू शुड राइट द आंसर एक्यूरेटली एटलीस्ट 2 digits आफ्टर डेसिमल, मतलब 2 digits ऑफ डेसिमल। ये 20.98 अगर है तो आपको ऐसा ही लिखना चाहिए यहाँ पे। ओके नाउ वेन एवर यू गेट सच कंडीशन, टीटा टाइप्स क्वेश्चन जिन एग्जाम्स में आता है उसमें आपको कैलकुलेटर भी अलाउड होगा। सो आई होप दिस इज क्लियर, आई होप यू अंडरस्टूड। दिस इज इट इन टुडेज लेक्चर। आई विल सी यू इन द नेक्स्ट lecture and keep learning. I will see you in the next lecture. Till then, stay happy, stay healthy and keep learning. Bye bye.